Going live. And we are live. Welcome to
Oh,
the Gen 3 Draft League. I had to remember what generation it was.
hmm
The Week 3 look ahead to Gen 3 Week 3.
yeah.
And
Well,
today
kinda.
joining me is Robin. Hello Robin, how are you?
Hello, hello. I'm going to use my crystal ball to look in the past to predict what's going to happen in week three.
Yeah. So let's just jump into it. This match we already played. It's you versus me because we played
Yep,
our matches
absolutely.
on time,
Correct.
technically.
We
Um,
are punctual. I mean, we did play it on like the last possible minute in week three, but it was still week
in
three.
week 3, yep. So I think I could talk a little bit about this. Already happened, and I lost, and it wasn't very close. But I think part of that is me prepping pretty poorly. But I'll just say basically, since we're supposed to talk about the matchup just on paper, I think essentially Mawile is just it's just so good. It's just really good into my entire team. Like I don't really have a Pokemon that's good against it. I don't have a fire type outside of Solrock, and even Solrock is like neutral. Like it takes an Iron Head. It
Solar's
doesn't.
not fire type. Solar Rock
Yeah,
is
all right.
psychic
That's
ground.
it. It's not even fire type. Okay, my bad. So I don't have a fire type. I don't really have a Pokemon that are very good at using fire moves. I mean, I have Mystical Fire, Gardevoir, Flamethrower, Salamence. But essentially, that's the problem, right? Is Mawile, my best two Pokemon are Salamence and Gardevoir. And Mawile just dumpsters both of them. Just straight up.
Yeah, it is unfortunate that it is stab dumpsters, both of them.
Yes. Um, so that's bad news. And then the other thing is, I think Illumise and into Sableye, it's not very favorable because Illumise they're both prankster Pokemon, and Illumise is faster, which is nice, but Sableye is Dark type, so Illumise can't like actually shut down Sableye in the way that Sableye can shut down Illumise. So Sableye can just taunt the Illumise, but Illumise can't do anything back. It can't Encore, like it can't do kinds of stuff like that. So Illumise has to focus purely on supporting the team. It's not a strictly awful matchup, but I do think Sableye has the slight edge
Yeah,
in
I
that
think
one.
that Illumise is better generally,
Yeah.
except in this like versus because I don't have like true speed control
Hmm.
generally, but I am my prankster Pokemon is prankster immune.
Yes, and so even Illumise wants to do things like Tailwind, and Quash kind of really disrupts that because if Illumise is next to a Pokemon it wants to support with Tailwind, all Sableye has to do is Quash the partner, and then Illumise is like using a basically wasting a turn, to set that Tailwind. So, I mean, not a complete waste, but you kind of get the idea. Like, it
Right.
doesn't get the immediate speed control that it wants, and then put the Sableye next to Mawile, and bad things can happen, and they did. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
I was thinking for a while. I was like, could I maybe like do Latias or whatever? And I just determined that leading Mawile is the only correct choice.
yeah, yeah. I could see that. I mean, I brought Swallow in this matchup also, like because it resists the Mawile a little, although but it can't do anything back. The idea was I was gonna like Sword Dance and Earthquake, but like it just didn't play out. Swallow's not tanky enough, and there's just too much damage flying around at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's the problem with these high power formats is it really hurts Pokemon like Swalot, all these like weird niche little guys.
Yeah, it's too much
Like
damage.
even Ampharos, which was a really solid workhorse in Gen 2, cannot get anything going in Gen 3. Like the power is just way, way too high for him.
Yeah, and that's why it puts you in such a tricky position in these kinds of matchups where like you get a handful of really strong Pokemon, and then if your handful of strong Pokemon are bad against their handful, you don't have a lot to fall back on, unfortunately. So like, yeah, but I have no, I just don't really have good Mawile answers, so it makes it hard. I also I also made big mistakes. Like it could have been closer, like I didn't bring Intimidate on Salamence, which was a huge mistake because it is like the one thing that helps me limit Mawil's damage. But yeah, I don't know. That and like just forgetting about the existence of Quash and not playing correctly around it because like Quash, if you have an offensive Pokemon next to a supportive Pokemon, Quash feels really good because you can kind of not you don't have to quash that support most of the time, and then you can just quash the offensive Pokemon and just like take it out or do big damage. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I didn't play well around Quash.
That's okay. I what I was worried about in this matchup was Shiftry as a really fast non-prankster
Taunt,
taunt,
yeah.
and so I actually carried Mental Herb over what was probably the better choice in Rosalie Berry to get a fairy uh, neutrality.
Yep, yep,
Because
yep.
like if you just popped Mega Gardevoir and used Hyper Voice or whatever, that's gonna kill Sableye most of the time and about half the time even through light screen. So it would have been really scary, but I was just so worried about the shift tree that I was like, I have to carry Mental Herb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's reasonable. But yeah, I don't know if we'll play again. If we do, I definitely know I have ideas about this matchup. Like I don't think it is.
I mean, we theory craft ways to beat me.
Yeah, it's not unwinnable, but it is hard. It's definitely hard.
Yeah, true.
So hopefully someone else will take you out of the the playoffs, so I don't have to. Because I haven't played all the other games, but I'm starting to feel like maybe you're my worst matchup, but we will see. But let's talk about the next one. I don't want to harp on this one too much. This is Steampunks versus the Gen 3 Janitors. This is very interesting because these are the two rain teams butting heads here.
Yeah,
Um, do you have any thoughts off the top of your head?
I I do kind of. So while Greenlee's been a lot better about like changing up what the lead is, Alex has been one of the more consistent. Like it's going to be Braylon in the lead, and that's going to be really hard for the steampunks to deal with since their only sleep immunity is Rosalia, and it's just not good in this matchup, even a little
Mm-hmm.
bit.
Yeah.
So it's going to be rough. I have a feeling that with Blaziken being an option, we're probably going to see Trick Room again, just because we have Swift Swim from Swampert and Speed Boost from Blaziken.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's going to be rough because all of the main damage Pokemon kind of need their item slot for like a Mega. So I think Mega Gross is probably your best option, but you're still, you know, like you're still weak to sleep,
Yeah.
and there's no redirection to try to get around that. There's Safeguard is like a weirdly rare move.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure Rosetta gets aromatherapy, but it's not good enough to worth bringing Roselia into this.
Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, yeah, Roselia is it's like funnily kind of decent into a lot of the Pokemon, but it's just such a horrible Pokemon that I don't know that there's ever a world where you bring it. I mean, like
Mhm.
it does hit Kyogre and Regirock for super effective, and even Sharpedo, but it's just like whatever. Like it doesn't. It's not gonna do enough damage. I don't think it matters. And so like I don't know. You could see how slow it is and maybe think of it as like a Trick Room answer, but I don't think it's slower than some of these slow Pokemon. And yeah, to your point about Trick Room, it's pretty hard for Steampunks to stop it.
Mhm.
And once it goes up, it's very spooky, to say the least. Like, I think Metagross will do okay, but if you go for
Mhm.
like a slow Kyogre, Metagross will be outsped in their Trick Room, and then I mean at least Metagross can use like stab Bullet Punch, right, and do some decent damage into some of these. But it's vulnerable to getting slept by Breloom, especially in Trick Room. Blaziken doesn't really like to play here. The Swampert, if you go for the Mega form, is going to take Swift Swim. One thing you can do is Swampert can run Wide Guard. It helps a lot against the Kyogre. Um,
Hmm.
you don't really need to bring Pelipper because you kind of almost expect the rain to happen without you
Right.
bringing Pelipper, which is nice. So you can just like run Metagross, and then instead of Pelipper for your flying type attacker, you can bring Swellow because it is actually pretty nice to have Swellow to kill this Breloom, to kill this Sceptile. You could put like a safety goggles on it even if you want to get crazy. Like you could put, that's like one of the Pokemon that doesn't need its Mega. I think even Swampert could maybe get away with safety goggles, but Swampert can just get killed by Breloom straight up with a grass type attack. You don't really even need to, like Breloom doesn't need to bother with Spore into Swampert. So yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit tricky. Um, I do think this is a situation where um, maybe you can get away with some like Shedinja shenanigans. Like if
I
you,
was just about to run the damage calcs on that to see if Shedinja could maybe stop a Dusclops. You could also just run. I can see if anyone's got Taunt on the team. Like, because Taunt into either Breloom or Dusclops is really good and kind of
it's
important.
true.
And
Yeah.
Dusclops kind of needs to run Eviolite just because it's got such little HP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Um, Sharpedo gets it. So if you want to taunt your own Pokemon, uh,
Yeah, it's just like there are too many Pokemon that can easily run super effective moves into Shedinja between Regirock, Kyogre, Monster, and Ice Beam. Or does Ice Beam hit? I don't actually know. But Dusclops is a simple one with like Nightshade. So yeah,
uh,
Regirock Dusclops makes it not that hard. Even Sharpedo. So it's like I don't know. It's tricky.
yeah, I don't think that there's any taunt Pokemon on Greenlee's team. That's super unfortunate because like Nose Pass gets it, Dusclops itself gets it, Chimecho, Absol, Glalie, Grumpig.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know. Maybe
about
Metagross can reverse the Trick Room. It's like a weird option, but then you're kind of burning a turn of your best
I mean, you
attacker.
could. Does Metagross get in prison?
I don't know. I just sort of assume that psychic types get imprisoned Trick Room when I see a psychic type.
Let's find out. It does not get Trick Room.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, you're in some trouble. You just need to, because I don't know that you can kill even if you double this Dusclops. Can you really kill it? It's hard. Dusclops is tanky. I mean,
Right.
yeah, maybe like Psychic Fangs from Metagross and a Swallow using like Brave Bird in combination could do it. Maybe, but it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. Yeah, I think that's all I really want to say. I think the Gen 3 janitors have the edge here. And it's gonna be steampunks need to find a way around this
I
trick
don't know,
room.
actually. Hold on. There's a chance a max attack Shedinja with Helping Hand has a 50-50 chance to KO a um, a 252 special defense or 252 defense, non-defense boosting nature, Eviolite Dusclops with 4 HP investment because 252, 252, and 4 is probably the best way to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then you could probably even just Metagross Swampert probably together can Psychic Fangs and Liquidation that thing,
Yeah.
especially in the
So
rain.
you might be able to get it down. It's only because Shedinja has such high attack. Actually, when we
Does Shedinja have high attack? I thought Shedinja's stats were
no,
bad.
Shedinja's got stupid high attack. I mean, for Gen 3, it's got 90 attack. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's decent.
So I actually think this is a Shedinja game because Breloom can't hit it. Like it's only weak to a couple of things.
feel like Mega Metagross
So if you
surely has
run,
to have comparable. I guess maybe not.
I mean, 90 attack is not incredible, but Metagross.
Is
Uh,
145 attack plus the ability.
so what you do is let's find out if Metagross, if
Because Tough Claws will give you 30% more.
on any contact moves,
Yeah.
just
So Psychic Fangs, I think,
actually
is your strongest attack, but.
uh probably. Yeah, it is. It
Or
does
Meteor
minimum
Mash.
64 Meteor
Yeah.
Mash.
Yeah,
How
Meteor
much does
Mash
Meteor Mash?
is 90 power as opposed to.
Okay, so then that would be it. It does a minimum of 68%, so that plus another attack. Now, if you leave Breloom, you do have the you kind of need to use something like Bullet Punch, just because otherwise you're gonna get slept.
Was Breloom
So
faster than Mega Metagross? I don't think so.
Oh no, the never mind. Yeah, you can kind of run wild.
Yeah.
So
I think you can kill Dusclops. I think if you commit to it with
Greenlee, if you're listening, lead Shedinja and Metagross, and that is your win condition to stop Trick Room. It is vitally important you stop Trick Room from going up.
I think even Swellow. Because you only need something that can hit Dusclops for 30%. I mean, I think you have options or 30-40%. Swellow should be able to do Brave Bird.
That's
Maybe
fair.
pre Guts actually Swellow can't because you do actually need Guts to activate. So could be tricky. Maybe you need like Blaziken or Swampert. Blaziken's risky because obviously if the rain comes up, you're in trouble. Swampert is maybe a little safer choice, but
Yeah, but the only thing that has been carried so far that I've seen from Alex, there's not a single move that Alex has clicked that can hit Shedinja, except for Will-O-Wisp.
well,
I guess
Nightshade, right?
Nightshade,
Yeah,
yeah,
Nightshade. Yeah.
but like, I think you can do it. I think this is a Shedinja game. If there was ever a Shedinja game, it's this one.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. All right, let us move on. We have two more matchups to discuss. So this next one is this is a sibling rivalry match. The second in the, or I guess I shouldn't say the second in the league. It's the first in the league, but it's the second because me and Carter have been playing for a longer time. But anyway, um, it's the Satopolis Stooges versus We Come in Peace Smile. Now, as always, the Satopolis Stooges have a big advantage because their team is crazy.
Yeah,
Um, However, there's some interesting options I think from We Come in Peace, and I think Lily will be bringing the A game uh, to beat their brother. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, Absol can kill Jirachi probably pretty good, and then Regice pretty nice into Rayquaza. So we've got that, and I would like to see Trick Room from We Come in Peace. We haven't seen it yet. I want to see Defense Deoxys with some Trick Room action. I think it's quite strong. I think it even puts Camerupt in a really nice position. Although Milotic is a huge problem, I guess. But yeah,
hmm
I don't know. I just want to see it. Maybe it's not amazing, but you at least have like probably one shot or near one shot answers to Jirachi between Camerupt and Absol, which helps a lot. Because once Jirachi's out of the way, you can do good damage to Rayquaza. Like, I don't know. This team kind of falls apart if you can get rid of Ray, and so Regice is good for that for Blizzard, and if Trick Room with Trick Room support, Regice can be going fast to get that Blizzard out quickly.
yeah. Unfortunately, there's not that many strong options that Deoxys can do into Jirachi. Like, it doesn't get any good strong fire or like bug. I think its best option is probably Shadow Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so what I kind of want to see though is like lead Deoxys attack and Hariyama. Fake out is priority 3, so you can guarantee fake out pressure at the Rayquaza and maybe be able to pick up a 1 or 2 shot on Jirachi and get it out of the way,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Mm-hmm.
like clean up with like Regice.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can maybe. I don't know. With a berry, it's kind of hard to two shot Jirachi because it's gonna eat a berry every time, pretty much.
Yeah, but I mean, base 180 special attack is nothing to sneeze at.
It's true. I think you could just Absol knock off this Jirachi. Doesn't it just die?
Probably no. I mean, probably not because steel resists dark, so it's neutral.
Steals is. I don't think. Really?
Let me double check. Nope, never mind. I'm an idiot.
It
It
used
used to
to.
resist dark. It doesn't anymore. I'm doing like outdated knowledge by like a decade. But a Deoxys attack with let's
Hold
even
on
just
one
do
second.
the
I'll be right back.
okay.
I'm sorry. I was summoned by my father, but I am back now.
No, it's
Um,
no problem.
yeah, I know.
Deoxys attack with something like spell tag. What do the choice specs? Shadow Ball does like 70 to 82%. So let's run
Yeah, so
Absol Z, the Pokemon we have no idea what it does
with
yet.
knockoff should be close.
Yes. If you run full attack plus, well, actually, this is a let's see how much. If you're running like max defense, it's a does 93%. But if you're running a more reasonable like max HP and then split the defensive stats, it might. It probably won't one shot because if you have like 150 to like 170
Mm-hmm.
defense, that's enough to get it out of Oko range. But Knockoff's not even. Does
Yeah, but
Absol get a stronger uh, Dark hit move? Probably not.
then knockoff. I mean, you can get that crit night slash thing going, but I don't know if that's actually stronger than knockoff with mega because it's like you're choosing either mega with knockoff or you're choosing like super luck scope lens night slash. I don't know actually which will come out to be more damage. I mean,
Let's
super
find
luck
out.
scope lens night slash should be I
Uh,
think less, but
it
I
it does. Night Slash Crit does 96%, and Absol Z Knockoff does 99.5%. So
yeah, so the
Absol Z
knockoff's
is
better.
definitely your better choice because it's also much faster.
Yeah, unless you're trying to preserve your mega for like Meganium, because like that's the other thing you have is you do have Meganium Weather Ball, Mega Meganium Weather Ball into the Jirachi. Like I don't know, I just think all across the board you have pretty good Jirachi answers. So I just don't think like it's that big of a deal. And if you take out this Jirachi, then you're free to like hit the Rayquaza, and it's like I think you're chilling at that point. You can also bring the Masquerain if you want to intimidate it down. Although I think I don't know if that's really necessary. I think going for a Trick Room with camera ups is really nice. Like you're gonna be able to get some pretty good damage with the camera up, like um, into some of these Pokemon. But I don't know. Maybe just Hariyama with Trick Room. Like honestly, you Trick Room support Hariyama and Regice, you'll be kind of chilling. You just lead, and then have Absol in the back to clean up, or you could have that same combo with like Meganium in the back to clean up.
Is there any snow setters?
Unfortunately, I mean, yeah, I think Regice can set its own snow, but I think outside of that, no.
because I think if you set, I guess, hail or snow, you can kind of just spam blizzard, and there's not much this team can do against that. So
Yeah,
if you
no.
have, I think Regis is going to be your answer. Like if you can get rid of Jirachi or threaten Jirachi, like with Mega Meganium.
Mm-hmm.
And I did run the numbers on it for Mega Meganium. Modest max attack Weather Ball does about 75% minimum.
Yeah. So
So pretty good, but it's enough to scare Jirachi, but still, I think Absol Z is probably still going to be your better choice.
probably. I mean, it kind of depends. Like, because Jirachi can't be max defense and max special defense. So, like, you can have both as options and then just pick based on if you can kind of suss out the spread there. Um,
That's true.
yeah. So, yeah, I think, like, this is a pretty decent matchup for We Come in Peace. But I still think the Pseudopolis Stooges. Like this is just a strong team, and there's a lot of good options. I'd like to see Ninjask even. I think Ninjask has been riding the bench a bit, but it actually has a place because, especially in this matchup, like having able to outspeed the likes of Absol and Deoxys and then hit them with super effective bug type attacks. That's a huge deal. And if We Come in Peace doesn't run the Trick Room mode,
Hmm.
Ninjask becomes a really valuable tool. Now, of course, I think they should run the Trick Room mode, and then maybe you need to do something like bring Clay Doll or Grumpig, probably Grumpig, or even I don't know if Jirachi learns Trick Room, but do something to imprison and shut down that Trick Room because I think that's gonna be your biggest downfall is if you allowed the Trick Room to go up.
Yeah, it's a really awkward matchup because I feel like Deoxys can threaten Rayquaza with speed form or attack form,
Mm-hmm.
but with Jirachi next to it, it can't really do what it wants to do. Like you could fake out the Jirachi and Ice Beam the Rayquaza because for whatever reason, uh, Alex hasn't been Mega the Rayquaza instantly.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Like it's a weird one. Like I could really believe this matchup going either way.
Yeah, it'll definitely be. I think this is the one to watch this week just because of the sibling rivalry as well.
Yeah.
All right, let us look at the final matchup. This is Spirit Airlines versus Kecleon's Corner Bodega, a 0-2 team versus a 2-0 one. So, the Kecleon's Corner Bodega looking strong in the early season. Spirit Airlines struggling to take off. Pun completely intended. So, yeah, what do we think?
Whew, that is a fantastic question. I mean, I think that there's always options if you have a prankster Pokemon. You're never completely shut out.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Volbeat has some things. I think it has to run Encore to catch someone out doing something. Like Ludicolo might fake out, might someone might protect, someone might run a setup or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But Volbeat, I think, is going to be very crucial if Carter wants to win. If the Spirit Airlines is going to take off, we will need Volbeat to guide him. And I think I would also love to see more leaning on Latios. Latios resists fire and is immune to ground, so it kind of blanks Groudon a lot. So if you can just clear the way for him, and it's Mega Latios is so fast, hits so hard that you know you can hit with a dragon or an ice type move or whatever coverage you want,
Mm-hmm.
and you can get rid of Mega Altaria or Mega Feraligatr without too much trouble.
Yeah, I think this could be a time to see the spin attack with Latios because Latios has such a good matchup. If you skill swap that contrary onto Latios and it's allowed to just Draco Meteor stuff, then you could just start wiping things off the board. I also think though, funnily enough, you this is a pretty decent Mega Aggron game because when you look at the Kecleon's Corner Bodega, you're seeing a lot of physical attackers as the primary threats between Groudon and Feraligatr. Aggron's also good into Altaria. Just actually, does Altaria is physical? I don't remember. But like,
Altaria is special, but I do want to remind you that we saw mixed Groudon last week.
yeah, that is true. So yeah, if you do, the eruption could be a big threat to that Aggron. So maybe it's not something you necessarily lean into so much. Also, like, Chimecho could come out at some point. I'd like to see it just because we haven't seen it yet. I don't know that it's specifically good here, but it's definitely not bad. I think, yeah,
Yeah,
again, Eruption Groudon is a problem, but you just bring Volbeat, bring the Rain Dance, and try to, keep that thing
yeah.
out of the sun.
I think
It's
Steel
dangerous, though,
is
because
really good.
Rain, and you set Rain for Alligator, Manectric, Ludicolo, let them have a game. It's always just tough against this team.
Yeah, Groudon has a really good look into this team because you know, stab adaptability knockoff into like Ludicolo or into whomever, I think is going to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Something I'd want to see from the corner bodega is non-mega Feraligatr. I think
Yes.
because Feraligatr got a mega, it's really tempting to use it, but I am a firm believer in non-mega Feraligatr being better because of life orb sheer force is just so strong and it leaves you able to be more flexible.
Yeah. I mean,
Manectric
obviously, the
has,
typing, the defensive typing is like kind of one of the only benefits of that Mega for Alligator. Um,
yeah, but it sort of doubles down on like it gets rid of grass and electric weaknesses, but into this matchup specifically, you weren't really worried about that.
no, you're not. Not at
So
all.
it introduces in dragon weakness, which is really bad standing down Latios.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think you want to do it. It's actually funny because even Altaria, if you go Mega, you just gain a weakness to Aggron. Although it's worth it this time because you gain an immunity to Latios, which can
Sure.
be an out for this Spin to Latios combo if that does come out.
I I think we should not see Mega Altaria. I think normal Altaria is going to be fine, but I think Mega Manetric's actually going to be pretty good in this game
Oh, I forgot you three Mega options on this team. Yeah, Mega Manectric could be
because you have
an answer.
on-demand Intimidate.
Yes, you do, and this is probably the only way you're outspeeding Latios. I don't. Does base Manectric outspeed Latios? I don't. I don't
I
think
have
so.
absolutely no idea.
I mean, Latios is 110. Manectric is
105, so it's really fast. Mega Manetric is
yeah,
135.
so 130. So yeah, this Mega Manectric will be outspeeding that Latios. So that could be pretty important, being able to get that speed advantage. Oh man, I'm hype. I want to see Mega Manectric. That's sick. Also, Mega
I
Manectric, base Manectric can protect this for Alligator from a Thunderbolt
mhm.
coming out from Latios. So just Manectric in general, pretty strong here. Good against Crawdont as well. Able to outspeed it.
I'm pretty sure Manetric gets Snarl. Yep, it does.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be really good into like Latios.
Mm-hmm.
So you can Snarl to weaken the Latios. You're fast. You get the on-demand Intimidate. So I think for Alligator Manetric is gonna be really good, and just you know having the wherewithal to not Mega immediately, just to maybe catch a couple straight lightnings, thunderbolts,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and then Mega once like you see a Crawdont or an Aggron or whomever.
Yeah, I mean, you really don't need Intimidate that bad. It's only Aggron and Crawdont that you want to Intimidate. I mean, I think
Right,
getting the
but I think burning
speed
it as a
advantage
secondary,
is also really valuable. Like, just
yeah,
getting the Mega
get
for that 30 extra points of speed. But yeah.
yeah, you get 30 points into speed and special attack, which is pretty good. Doesn't get any like special ice moves, which is unfortunate, but I do think Snarl's going to be a very useful tech option.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. And that's our last matchup. So we've covered them all. Best of luck to everyone. Hopefully, our talking helps you. Uh, And hopefully it didn't hurt you too badly if you lose because someone followed our advice. But yeah, it is what it is. Thank you, Robin, for joining, and thanks everyone for
Absolutely.
tuning in. And goodbye.